Hey, I'm Fana. So let's talk about the three dog body parts you should always watch on a dog. Yes, there's a lot more, but I think that certain people will look at certain parts of the dog's body and make some assumptions. I say never look at one dog part and think, oh, well, the tail's wagging, so he must be friendly, right? No, he can bite though. So I always see looking at one part of a dog and trying to observe that behavior and assume you know what's going on is kind of like reading a sentence with some missing words. You're not getting the full picture. So I try to look at three parts that I think will give you the biggest bang for your buck to be able to kind of see what's really going on. So, right now, the three parts that I really, really, really want you to watch when you're looking at dogs is their weight distribution. Okay. Where is their weight in their body? Is it forward? Is it back? What's going on? And that's something that you can see from a distance. You don't have to be really close to be able to kind of get a feel of what's going on. So that's the first thing I always look at. Weight distribution tells me a lot. The other is ears. You can see the ears pretty from far away also. Like, should I engage with this dog? Should I not? What should I kind of do in this moment? And again, we'll talk about kind of what the ears will be looking like. Again, forward. Are they kind of neutral, just hanging and relaxed? Or are they kind of pulled back? Eyes are a big one. Sometimes you have to get a little close to see eyes for a dog, but one thing that you can see with a dog is how round their eyes are, or what we call well eye, where you see the whites of their eyes. So I went ahead and I grabbed some photos and I want to kind of go over this with you because I know dogs are so fast. If we watch a video together, we'll really have to watch it in slow motion. And so I want to train your eye to look for these things in still photos. And then as you get better at it, you can start to watch some videos and maybe slow it down. But these are the three things I really, as a pet sitter, want you to focus on when you're looking at a dog from a distance. All right, let's get into it. So here you can kind of see probably a neutral dog. You can see his weight distribution here is he seems to have all his weight on all four legs. He might be a little leaned forward, and it could be because he's looking around something, but for most part, it looks like all his weight is evenly distributed. His ears are up, they're forward. His eyes, you don't see any whites of his eyes, and they're kind of an almond shape. Eventually, I want to show you guys how to watch the mouth because I think that's another big thing, but that's a tough skill to kind of navigate too. So I'll cover that in another time. I just want you guys to focus on these three so you can develop your eye for that. So from far away, evenly distributed, ears are kind of up, relaxed, they're not forward and stiff, the eyes are kind of narrowed. Okay, so this tells me the dog is alert and is like, okay, what's going on over here? Here's the ears, here's the eyes, and the weight distribution. This is a big one you can see from far. Again, you can see that outline here from far and this from far. The eyes usually have to get a little bit closer, but we never want to look in the dog's eyes. You just want to kind of take a peek and look from the side. So let's look at this dog here. I tried to pick this photo because this is typically what you would see as a dog is approaching you. I know there's some shadows here, but I want to be able to work, kind of have you look at the overall silhouette of the dog. First off, the ears. You notice the ears are just a smidge forward, okay? Just a smidge forward, but they're up. Look at the eyes. You really can't see anything, can you? Right? You can see some eyebrows, and eyebrows can tell you a good amount of things too. But the other thing is look at the weight distribution. This one's kind of hard. It looks to me like he's kind of got his weight back a little bit. You see how these legs are bent just a bit. That tail, you never know. But this is a dog that's like, okay, not sure what I want to do. Okay. What I want you to see here is the ears are a little bit forward. You really can't see the eyes, but look at the weight distribution. That's really, I really want you to focus on that weight distribution. Now let's look at this little, oh, he's cute. Look at his little eyes. Okay, you don't see any whites of the eyes. It looks like an almond shape. There's his ears. And I want you to notice his ears are pulled back just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. And I want you to look at that weight distribution. See, he could be taking a step forward. I don't know, but it looks like it's pretty much evenly distributed to his body. Okay. Again, I just want you to start to train your eye. First thing I want you to look at weight distribution, ears, and then eyes. Let's do another one. Look at the ears, kind of a little tipped forward. All right. Eyes again, a kind of a narrow. You're not seeing any whites of the eyes. You're not seeing big round eyes, which tells them that they're a little worried. But look at the weight distribution. To me, it looks like it's a little bit backwards. These little mouths, just a little tip, these little mouths close maybe just a smidge. Just tells me that they're alert. Okay, these are the three things I want you to start to focus on. So, with that said, I just want you to watch these three things and look at the weight distribution. Is the weight kind of pulled back some? Do you see what the ears doing? And of course, ears is going to depend on what's going on with the dog. I mean, a Frenchie's ears are different from a Whippet's ears, from a Basset Hound, but try to figure out what would look natural. But the key word here is anything pulled back, ears pulled back, leaning back is something that tells me that they're a little bit worried. But just focus on those three things this week and just observe from far away what you think is going on. And the thing about observations with dogs is we never want to give this a human emotion because we don't know. What we can do is look at this. We call it the overt behaviors. What are we observing? And then from there, we can take what we're seeing and put it into covert, where we think there's an emotional part to it, fear, whatever. I'm not asking you to pick out if they're fearful. I'm not asking you to pick out if they're reactive. I just want you to train your eyes this week. Look at weight distribution first, what's going on with the ears, and what's going on with the eyes. Okay. All right. I've got a lot more other videos here. For pet sitters, and I also have some pretty in-depth courses for pet sitters that we dive deep into body language because this for me as a behavior consultant, and I know for you as a pet sitter, we have to know this language. This is how dogs communicate with us. Okay. See you the next video.